From the heart of Malawi to the United States, a voice of hope rises.
Whatever situation that you are in, ask God on how you can live and survive, because He placed you there for a purpose and He can make you successful.
Introducing Pastor Victor Kaula, a father, a husband, a servant of God, a proud alum of Malawi Adventist University, now enriching his wisdom at Andrews University, pursuing a PhD in religion. His academic pursuit is only part of his inspiring journey. As a media evangelist, Victor connects with thousands of followers and subscribers, meeting them where they are in the digital age. As the founder of V&V Media Solutions, he empowers gospel artists, amplifying Malawian Adventist music globally. This is Victor Kaula, a beacon of hope, a catalyst for change. Prepare to be inspired. So first of all, I want to say thank you so much for accepting to have this interview with me. There's so much to you. You do so many things. I know you as a pastor, but also as a creator. And I wonder, how did that come about? Being someone who is a pastor, but also being someone who is very creative and almost have that business mindset. How did you reconcile those two? How did that come about?
Yeah, thank you so much for allowing me to be here. It's my pleasure that I can be your host. I mean, you can be my host today. You know, that's
Right.
the challenge.
And you're my
of hosting
special
people.
guest.
So it's my pleasure to be your guest today
Right.
on this platform, because I know every platform where you are, you meet people that you have never met before or you have never seen. So
That's
it's
right.
my pleasure. We have interacted offline and also maybe on various platforms. But for me to be here, I just want to thank God. My story is a long one, but to cut the long story short, you know, I am someone who has always been fascinated about trying newer things. I'm not scared of trying newer things.
Right.
Probably maybe because when I became an adult, even from my childhood, my parents took me to youth classes, AY. I started being an AY member when I was very young. I started singing with my parents
Wow.
when I was very little. I remember singing with my sisters and my mother. They would take a chair and I would stand on the chair so that our heights can be the same, okay?
Right.
We used to sing and would go and do AY long time ago. That was in Masambanjati Tiolo, you know, at
Wow.
Moteriwa SDA Church.
Cool.
So we'll be singing songs every night before we go to bed. My mom and my sisters would sing songs, okay? And that was how I was brought up. So I love music so much, and the love for AY. When I went into the city, I joined the youth clubs over there. Then I went through all the classes, and when God called me into ministry,
Yeah.
maybe let me go back. Even before I started ministry, I became a photographer.
Okay. That explains it.
So I was a photographer even before I became a pastor.
Okay.
In Durande, a lot of people know me. I used to take photos. That was like income generating activity
Wow.
that I had. So I would be going in Durande, those days before these fast forward processing came into existence. We used to have those pictures, take them to Limbi, they get
Right.
processed, and we come back. Sometimes, you know, we have gone through a long way.
That's
But
true.
so from there, then even when I joined the ministry, while at Lakeview, people know me at Lakeview Seminary in 1998 to 1999.
Wow.
I was studying, but I still had a camera. So I have had a camera from my childhood.
Wow, that's good.
So during weekend, I would announce to say I'm coming to the secondary school to do photo shoots.
Photo shoots, wow.
So I would have a long line. I remember people lined up taking
Yeah.
photos, moving from one corner to another.
Yeah.
And that was what helped me to be able to cover my expenses, and I was also able to buy some supplies that helped me to even get established when I finished my seminary.
Wow.
So technologically, I am somebody who is fascinated
Yes.
by pictures and the coming in of videos.
Yes.
It was just like the dream coming true.
Wow.
Yes.
That's really so inspiring, and I love how you said you're a photographer before you became a pastor, because some people think if you're going to go into ministry, then you have to give up everything and just do that one thing. But it's interesting how you can integrate your passion and your interests as well. And actually, I'm now fascinated to know, like, why are you now very interested in media? Because you run a media company right now. Maybe you could tell us a bit about that. But I want to know, why are you very invested in media?
Like you have already said, for me, when I came to US to study for my MDiv at Andrews University here in Michigan, Bering Springs, I came to do a master's in divinity. But there was an opportunity that I could also do something. So I decided to do another master's. It was more like academic suicide, because these were programs that were concurrently done.
Oh.
But I said, okay, I will take a shot, I will try to do that. The reason why I chose is because I'm so passionate about evangelism. And I take my master's in communication, because I said I need to do a master's in communication, because evangelism or preaching is communication.
That's true.
There is no way. So to me, communication is like a bridge for my evangelism, because for me to communicate what I'm learning from MDiv, I needed a good bridge. What will make me to reach the people? So I knew that media is a platform that I would love to use. And I understood the power of media, social media, and network. So I said, let me take this, because it will, one, teach me how to effectively communicate the gospel. The gospel is not as easy as maybe other people know, but to me as a practitioner, I need to find the best way how I can present things that are very difficult to understand in a way that somebody at a level, a layman's level, can be able to follow and understand. So that was my goal. So for me, in 2015, then I decided, I said, okay, so how do I do this? I started my own ministry, self-funded ministry, which I call ministry behind the lens.
Yes.
It's an idea that I had to say, okay, people minister behind the lectern, people minister maybe in their homes, but I said, for me, I want to minister behind the lens.
Wow.
So I started recording different people, because it was not supposed to be me. Behind the lens, it means I'll be there taking videos of people preaching or singing or doing things, and I will share there. When people are listening, they are not seeing my face, but they're being ministered.
Wow, because you are behind the lens.
I'm behind the lens. I'm behind the production. I'm behind cooking all the plans and making things to do that. So that was the beginning. I started in 2015 together with my wife. She supported me. I started buying equipment. So it was a very big investment that I had. I just had it here in my basement. I established my own studio where I was working. So when I saw the need and seeing how busy I am with school, And I have something burning to say in Malawi, because Malawi to me is my immediate audience.
Wow.
One thing that I've learned in media or in communication or in anything, if you want to target everyone, there is no way you can reach anyone.
That's a very good one.
You need to have your targeted audience where you can zero in and help. But if I'm just targeting the whole world, I'll miss the whole world. So even today, if I have following from different regions or country, but my immediate, when I'm sitting behind the mic or behind the lens,
You're
always
very
thinking
specific
about Malawi.
Wow, I love that. And I guess that really speaks volumes to why you've been successful in your endeavors. But yeah, keep going. Tell us more.
Yeah. So such being the case that I was thinking about Malawi, I said, okay, I'm here studying. My studies, I'm not sure, okay, as to when I'm finishing here, because I'm a self-sponsored student.
Wow.
It is not as easy as maybe others may think. Sometimes people ask, you are taking too long. Why are you not coming back, But to explain to them that it's not as easy as maybe we thought before we came over here.
Right.
You have to find something for you to pay school. It is very expensive. So I said, this school might take me long. If I was a self-sponsored student, by now I would have already been maybe in Malawi ministering. But I'm still pursuing my goal so that by the end of the day, I should be done with my studies and go back to Malawi. Wow. But I asked my question. Jesus told us to preach, not tomorrow, but to preach now.
Now.
Each day, 24/7, we have to preach.
Wow.
What if Jesus comes before I graduate or before I return to Malawi? So
That's
I said,
a good question.
I have this technology. Let me extend it to Malawi because I'm so busy. But we may find people on the ground. While I'm here, my family can still be preaching in Malawi. So that's the birth of V&V Media Solutions.
Wow.
So V&V Media Solutions, the primary objective is to preach. If we sell other services, like we have a studio to record music, we have a studio to record audios, we do screen printing, we do live streaming, we have drone services. All those services are just supporting because it is a self-sponsored business where whatever we generate is supposed to help the evangelism. Yes, so that's the birth of that. And I know it is not as easy because the devil knows. If you have an idea to say, I want to preach in this way, the devil try to bring a lot of obstacles. But we are still pushing to make sure that that dream will come one day into fruition to the level that we expect. Because where we are just beginning. But there is more that is coming with that dream.
Yes, I am sure there is more. And speaking about the devil not being happy, could you tell the audience some challenges that you have faced on your journey?
As a media practitioner, as also a student, it is not easy to balance these two.
Right.
We are living in a time where there is a lot of competition. In media, there is a lot of competition. Today, people are looking for the truth. But unfortunately, it is very difficult to have the following because there is a lot of entertainment out there. And there are so many people who are out there who are just trying to please the people, or maybe what we call celebrity pastors or celebrity speakers or evangelists who are out there just calling the crowd. They're pulling the crowd, but you should ask yourself, should I lower the standards? Should I just follow what other people are doing? Because these days, when people go on WhatsApp or go on social media, they have a variety of selection. Okay, they have a variety of things that they can choose. So for you to find a niche or for you to find what can attract a lot of people is not easy.
Yeah.
But to me, what I feel, it is not about pleasing the people.
That's right.
But I always ask myself, what we are planning to do, is it something that God wants us to? Because God, at His own time, He will
Yes.
bless us. We can have a breakthrough.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes we may not know the results, but are we doing what is supposed to be done?
Right.
So the challenges that we have, like in Malawi, is because we have so many people that are offering media ministries, and these are competing with those that are well established.
Yeah.
When it comes maybe to prices, you find that somebody doesn't have maybe an office, doesn't have what, but they have their creativity.
And
The same
connections.
work that maybe you are supposed to do, they will charge it maybe 20% of what you are charging. So it is not easy
Is
for
that 20%
bigger
higher?
companies to prosper, because you have people. Yes, you have personnel, you have machinery, you have rentals, you have everything for you to manage that. And even in Malawi, the challenge right now, besides maybe the COVID pandemic,
Yeah.
and also which affected the economy. Right now, the business is not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. That's why you see that so many businesses are closing, and even businesses that are owned, most of them right now, it's just because maybe the owners have decided, let us not close our doors. Maybe because their plan or their goal is to say, okay, we'll stay until God turns out things
For us.
positively so that we can thrive. Yes. Another factor is also that it is not easy to manage things remotely,
Oh,
because
yeah. That's true.
we are very far. Okay. We rely on the people on the ground.
True.
And sometimes what I've observed is that it's not maybe only our business, but most of the business. No wonder today there are so many people who are here, maybe in America or away from Malawi, who are running businesses. Maybe it's because we are in a different economy, a fast economy. We understand things differently than how maybe people back home understand. They have their own way of operating. So it is not easy the way you want things, because here we work 24/7 sometimes. We might only maybe sleep for 4 hours. We are always busy working.
Yeah.
But in Malawi, even if you have a big business, but you find that
You have
there are
enough
so many
rest.
things that come into the business, whether it's people being sick or workers having things that they are supposed to go and attend.
Right.
To meet deadlines, it's not easy. Even
Yeah.
electricity, you find that there are some days that maybe for a week we don't have electricity. So it
That's
means you're
tough.
not doing anything. Okay? Or maybe to find the stuff you have to order. It's not easy. You can't find most of the things, you have to import. And there is a problem of forex. So for you to wait until you supply, it is not easy. So
Yeah.
that is one of the challenges. It's beyond our control. Maybe the government will help on that, but we're just thanking God that each and every day we are making progress. Challenges are there, but we are still pushing.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I mean, thank you so much for sharing that, because it really helps other creators and people who want to do something that you are doing, something similar to what you're doing. It really gives a perspective. But let's talk about something positive, right? Let's talk about some of the successes that you have made. And so right now you have a YouTube channel, and recently you just crossed over 10,000 subscribers. Now I know, as a YouTuber myself, I know that's not easy. So I wonder, how did you actually achieve that goal? And how do you feel about it?
Let me first of all just thank God, because sometimes they say if you are able to explain something, then it's not a miracle.
Uh-oh, that's a good one.
Uh,
That's a good one.
Yes. A miracle is something that you cannot sit down and explain, but you can only sit down and appreciate what God has done.
That's right.
If you see the graph of how the YouTube channel has grown, you see that we started with very few people. I started that YouTube channel in 2015. When I established Ministry Behind the Lens, that's when I started that YouTube channel.
Wow.
And it was growing slowly. I was making some presentations. My daughter was the camera, was there helping me rolling the cameras, my wife.
Wow.
And would record programs in the church, and we upload it there. So it kept on growing, But for the channel to grow more, when COVID hit, that was the time that we also started having programs online to encourage people. That was the time when there was no church, because churches were closed.
Right.
So this was the platform that so many people were looking for guidance or for certain kind of information. So I learned to use challenges as opportunities for evangelism.
That's right.
So that was the time that we evangelized to a lot of people, and I created some programs. And also the introduction of Malawian Adventist music has also helped the channel to grow, because my plan was to promote Malawian Adventist music.
Okay.
I know that because as a musician, I've sung before.
Yes.
I don't sing these days, but I have been in the quartets, I've been in choirs, I've led choirs. Even when I was at Lakeview, people that are in Lakeview, they know I was leading a choir at youth choir at Lakeview Church while I was doing my seminary. That was in 1998 to 1999. We had a very big choir. I've been a leader in Dirande, in Mankamba SDA Church. We have sung in groups like Golden Harps in Dirande. But after I joined the ministry and I started pastoral work, it hasn't been easy. Once in a while, when I meet some pastors, we sing. But I can say now I'm on the bench. But I have passion for music. And one thing that I know is that many Malawians, many Malawian Adventist musicians, they work a lot, they work hard, they put so much effort into making the songs, but they are not appreciated as much as they were supposed to.
Right.
I know we do these things for God. I'll give you an example to say how I am still begging Malawians to have the culture. Over here, if they see someone singing and they upload their songs, they will come there, they will comment, they will encourage them, but that culture is not there. You post the songs, people will just watch. They will not even leave a word, So I started saying, Malawian music, because I was away from home, and I started searching songs online to find Adventist music. You only find a few. So I said, okay. I started as a collector. I was collecting some songs. And after I collect them, sometimes you keep them in a hard drive and you find that hard drive is no longer working. Okay.
Right.
Maybe it has crashed or the computer has crashed. You have lost everything. So I said, okay, what should I do? Because I love these songs and I know there are so many people who are also searching. Let me start to collect, because these songs were just flying on WhatsApp. So that's why you find I say SDA Malawi music collections, because I was just collecting them from everywhere. If I find on WhatsApp, I'll bring it together. Then I started keeping them on YouTube, because I said, even if my computer crashes, we have this thing that God built that can secure everything that you throw it over there, but God will multiply it. To me, YouTube is like a garden where when you throw it over there,
it grows.
You think that you are just throwing it there, but it's like you are planting a seed.
Wow. And
I was surprised to see how the songs were loved. Different people, others even asking me to say, this song, I can't understand what they're singing. Can you please translate it in English? Because we love it,
Yes.
So that motivated me to say, okay, let us promote this. And also, I wanted to showcase to say, okay, in Malawi, we also have musicians, but also to challenge Malawians to say, okay, we are now on this platform. Let us improve the quality of our singing. And this was one of the reasons why I said, let us have V&V Media Solutions to start recording songs or what, because we have standards. We wanted to improve the standards. But as I said, the prices that are charging in Malawi, other competitors that they are charging, if we want to record quality songs, because to record a very nice song like you see on international platform, you cannot pay 50,000, you cannot pay 40,000, but many people, even if you tell them to record one song, you need 200,000, they will not pay because financially they are not able. So by charging less money, the quality is still being compromised. So we are trying to find a way to say, how can V&V Media Solutions be of help to have quality songs at an affordable price? But as I said, the competition is so high because you find there is someone, if you say, oh, to record a song, maybe 100,000, someone will say, I will record that video at 30,000. In Malawi, we will go for something that is cheaper. So that's one of the challenges, which is like fighting, or it is outdoing what we originally wanted to do. But we are still not giving up to say, no, this is not what we want. Okay. We are not compromising the quality. We are trying to find the better way of how we can promote and support Malawian Adventist musicians. So what I do is that I know there are a lot of musicians who are out there with the little resources I have, like student, whatever change that I have. There are so many groups that I have been of help. I don't give a lot of money. I'm not trying to boast here, but what I say, like, God wants us to share the little that we have.
That's right.
I am so thankful that the little that I have shared with others, some have been able to record their songs or finish their album, or sometimes we support them when they are launching their songs. It is just a matter of saying, brethren, we are here. And I'm calling for many Malawians out there, even in Malawi, or those abroad, to say, you can adopt some of the groups that we have in Malawi.
That's
because, for example, if there will be 5 or 10 people who can adopt a group and just say, we want V&V Media Solutions to record songs of international standard, we are able to pay the price that song maybe will cost. Okay? If we can record maybe an album or even 5 songs at a price that can afford all the good things that is supposed to be done, because what is happening right now, if you check most of the videos that are on YouTube, you find that there may be only 2 scenes or 3 scenes only, and people are just maybe in their village, they just go behind the house, or they just go in the bush,
something simple,
or beside somewhere there, But for quality songs, or to have a variety, we need to invest more. So that's my challenge. My next challenge is to encourage many people that are out there who love music, not only to love the songs, but at least to do something. You can even just support someone or adopt a singing group and say, I will support you in producing quality songs. We have talent in Malawi.
We do.
But maybe financially, that's where we are challenged.
Yeah, wow, this is so inspiring, and I'm very motivated right now, because this is something that now we share in common, because I'm very passionate about content creation as well, and media in general. But there's somewhere in my heart that there's a place in my heart for Malawi, because I lived there for a number of years, and I really love helping out in whatever capacity I can. And as you were sharing, I'm asking myself, are you planning to form something like Malawi Association of Adventist Music? Is that something that you're looking into to develop and work around?
Thank you for asking me that question, because there are so many people in Malawi who I've shared my vision with,
Okay.
who would testify of how I plan and envision Malawi to be. My plan is that one day Malawi should have its own association so big to the level that musicians can entrust.
Okay.
This is the reason why we are trying to improve these groups, because right now there is no proper coordination. Musicians, sometimes they work like they are in a competition. Okay? Trying to outdo each other. We want to have that spirit where musicians, when they meet, they are not
united.
there to compete to show who is the best. You know, God loves variety.
True, He does.
Okay, people should know that when we go out there, it's like in a war. We may not be the same. It's like preachers.
True.
If 5 preachers go to a camp meeting, it's not a time to compare or to say who is the powerful preacher or who is doing the best. People have got preferences. You find somebody is charismatic. And there are some people who are motivated or who love charismatic preachers.
Right.
And there are others who love those that are calm, okay? Who are like teaching, more like teaching. So people are ministered to differently. So musicians also should do the same. We need to love one another. We need to respect every musician that is there, need to be given a platform. But you know, there are other maybe musicians who feel like maybe they are more superior than the other, which is not right. But I want to encourage those musicians that have a very good background, and also they are seasoned. I'm so happy that right now we have so many musicians who have been singing for a long time, who are now able to collaborate. For example, there was a one incident that happened in Mangochi where Mrs. Masea mixed voices.
That was amazing.
I think there was another group from Lirongwe. They met in Mangochi. They sang together. It was so powerful. That's what we want. We want musicians, besides their group, they should be thinking about something big.
Something collective.
So the plan is that we should organize ourselves in the north, in the center, and south, because we cannot just start something from the center, but we need to be organized from the local church, have an association of musicians. From there to the district, and you go to the to the zone, to the conference, and the union. Once we have that, the good enough is that we have music directors.
That's good.
I know where I am. I'm just a person who is suggesting things. I don't have executive powers. But I hope one day all these leadership positions, all these leaders, they will come to realization to say, let us organize these people, these musicians, so that at least we can have a bigger voice.
That's right. Wow. I really love that vision, and count me in the vision. And for those who are watching as well, for those who are watching, if you guys want to participate in or ask a question that has been said, you can put your questions in the chat, and all the information will be in the description. The links of where you can find our guest, our special guest, and what he does. I would be doing myself a disservice if I finish this interview without asking you about the daily quotes that you share. I see that you have a website where you put those daily quotes, and I find them very, very inspiring and motivational. What's your inspiration behind those daily quotes, ideas that you share?
Each and every day, I always give myself some time to contemplate about God. I challenged myself. I started like, let me for 1 month challenge myself every day to compress everything that I've learned that day into 3 or 4 sentences that can help me.
That's good.
Then I did that for 1 week. It is not easy because there are some days that your brain is so occupied. You are so tired, you know. yes, you are drained. You feel drained to the level that you don't think properly.
Yeah.
But it is a discipline on its own that every day I would sit down and think about something that I can compress into 3 or 4 sentences. Then I did that for a month. I said, maybe I should stop. But people started following me.
Yeah.
Then they started encouraging me. Then I did for another month. Then that thing started to have so many people following. And before I even knew, it was almost half a year. And I continued each and every day. I've never missed a day.
Wow.
So I have done
That's good.
those things for about 3 years. Each day
3 years.
to have something that I can share. Some people, I know, I have had some feedback. Some people telling me,
Yeah.
sometimes your quotes are long. Why do you make them long?
Yeah.
To me, it's not just like a quotation. There are some quotations that people can get where it's one sentence or two. To me, it's a devotional thought. I'm calling it a quote, but mine are devotional thoughts.
thought.
That's why I don't write the verse. If you have observed,
That's true.
I don't put the verse there. Why am I doing there? The intention is to guide the person who is reading to opening their Bible.
That's good. That's good.
If I write the verse over there, because we are now going into an era where people are so lazy to the level that they don't want to open the Bible.
Yeah.
If I write a verse over there, I'm limiting them to what they can find, because the Bible is like a mine.
True. Wow.
While you are going there to dig for gold,
You find other
you can
minerals.
find silver.
That's good. I love that.
You find other minerals.
Wow.
So that's the reason why I just maybe paraphrase, or I'll just give a thought, then I'll give a verse, because I know when they're reading that verse,
Yeah.
they may be interested to read another verse, or they may find something, then they have an interest on another subject, which can bring us back to the Bible.
Wow. I love that concept.
So each and every day I do that. I know I am so busy, I have a lot of things to do,
Yeah.
but it's a discipline that I have to share. And I'm so thrilled, I'm so amazed that even if I don't post, or it seems like I'm getting, because people know that I share them early in the morning in Malawi. Like I said, my target audience is in Malawi. So I operate on Malawi time when I'm in a very different time, which is 6 hours behind.
Yeah. That's...
So it means some nights I have to wait until midnight or 1 a.m. so that I can meet my people, you know?
Wow.
So it's something that has taught me to say, where there's a will,
There's a way.
there is a way. So there are so many people, when I share those ones, people like you, and there's so many people, they also share in different platforms.
Yes.
So many people have asked me to say, why are you not just making a book or what?
Yeah.
I said, that is in a pipeline.
Please do.
I'm thinking of putting them together, but that's why I put them on my website. My website, I don't promote it so much because I know the congregation, the audience that I have, it is not so much into
Tech
websites and what, you know. I use, as a media practitioner,
Yeah.
you have to know where your people are.
That's
Most
right.
of the people in Malawi, you can find them on Facebook,
Yeah.
on WhatsApp,
Yeah.
but even these other platforms,
They're not
you
there.
can rarely find them.
That's actually
So
true.
I'm putting over there because that is a garden where one day the world is becoming now more of a global
It
village
is.
where network, or people now have phones. It will come to a time where so many people will be able to go on internet and search stuff. They will still find those things.
Amazing. Wow, this is motivating. And you should definitely put together like a devotional book. You already have 3 years of content, so that's really impressive. I know it will be a blessing not only to the Malawian audience, but also to other people in diaspora as well, and people in general who enjoy Bible study or just hearing something from God's word. Now, there's a curious question I have to close our conversation, and this will sound like off topic, but it may be related somehow. And the question is, as a preacher, but also as a media practitioner, what do you think is the role of artificial intelligence in terms of what it's gonna do in media. Are you embracing artificial intelligence and using it to advance what you're doing? Like, what's your relationship with artificial intelligence?
Yeah. This we are living in a very dynamic world.
That's right.
Very dynamic world. That's the reason why I want to challenge so many people, even including pastors and what.
Yeah.
One thing about the developments that are happening or the change, you cannot stop the change.
That's true.
I remember when we started the preaching online, like Facebook or what, churches were so reluctant.
Yeah.
There was no church that had a Facebook account. And even young people will be preaching like being on Facebook, you are associated to be doing something evil.
Right, yeah.
Even when WhatsApp started. When WhatsApp started, if you remember, you ask some people, do you have WhatsApp? They'll be like, no, I'm a married man, I'm a serious guy. Oh, I'm a Christian, Wow. I'm a Christian. People were celebrating to say, I'm a Christian. So things started moving.
Yeah.
Things started changing. So that's why they say, change, when it happens, you cannot stop it, because if you are not doing something, it's either the change will throw you or the change will swallow you.
Wow.
But we know as Christians,
Wow.
we are to transform this world.
That's right.
We are transformers. We are to transform. God has given us, maybe I should go back.
Okay.
The way I see media, there are some people who think that doing these videos, doing this media evangelism, what is something that is just new. But I see God being a professional.
Okay.
Being a communicator.
Okay.
God has been communicating, planning. You know how it is for you to do like a presentation like this.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Even for him to do all that arrangement of creation. God was communicating, everything was coming. Like how people are surprised when you make a video and when you have all those things. It's not something that you just say, let it be. You sit down and say, I want to have this, I want this.
Yeah.
God did everything.
Wow.
And God was there to bring everything, and creation was complete. And if you go deep, you find that God was communicating to Adam and Eve in a way that he would come in person. But because of sin, that's when now God does not come in human form, because nobody can be able to see God.
Yes.
But there have been panoramic views. God has come through angels. God has come through different
mediums
in the past.
Yeah.
Okay?
Wow.
God has been communicating in the dreams. You think that dream that Nebuchadnezzar had?
Yeah.
It was a panoramic view. That was a video.
Wow, look at that.
That was the development of the videos that we have today. He was able to narrate it.
Yes.
So what we are having today, it is just a realization of what God has been doing.
Wow. That's
So
powerful.
this day, you don't have to wait for an angel to come into your house. You have this tube that is there, which is a TV, or which is your phone, or which is what, which can bring it to you the
right
message that the angel was supposed to come.
Wow.
Okay? Because the angels were being sent because there was no phone, there was no internet.
That's
God used
interesting.
the angels. Now, God is using the tubes, God is using the technology
Yes.
to quickly communicate his will to the people. So when technology is advancing, for us as Christians, we shouldn't be afraid. But I know with the coming of this artificial intelligence, it is a complete change.
It is.
To me as a preacher,
Yeah.
to me as a creator, I know that so many people will be jobless. Okay?
That's true.
So many people will be jobless. Even in school right now, professors, some of their work, they have to think differently.
That's true.
Because a student can just sit down and say, okay, I want to write a paper. Within seconds, his paper is ready.
Using ChatGPT.
But I know teachers right now, they have already, instead of them crying, but I know institutions now today, because of plagiarism, they have already made something that will catch to say this one was taken from AL. It is not his creation. So students have to be very careful, because that information that if they present it in that way, they can be penalized for doing that. But as a creator, it is just giving us an opportunity to say we can quickly lay out our plans, but for us to do the videos or for us to do the things, it will require us to be more creative for us to still be in this business. Whether we are selling or whether we are just preaching, we need to think fast and to be creative, to say, how do we use this information for people to understand? Because the information is moving so fast, people can easily find it. But is it the truth? They will have too much information to process, and most of them will not be able to know which one is the right way. As media practitioners, we are there to help the people, to guide them, to understand where the world is going and what is happening, and how can they still be able to believe in God as a solver of the problems. And we can also benefit from this by putting information, because what AL is doing is not taking things from just the blue.
It's
real. It is taking things that are already online, but it's compressing. So as Adventists or as the media practitioners, we need to put a lot of stuff, content online, because when people are searching, they will still find our information through that media platform.
That's so good. That's so good.
I don't know if I have answered your question.
You have. You have answered it perfectly. And thank you so much for clarifying this. It's really empowering, and it adds a new perspective to the whole AI technology and how it relates to the Christian life and those who are in the media space. Well, this was an amazing conversation we've had. I hope and pray that we have more in the future and update the audience on what you are doing. And I know this was inspiration, at least for me, and I know it is for the audience as well. But as we close, could you tell the viewers where they can find you and perhaps even support what you do and help out?
Like I've already said, that my name is Victor Kaula. I'm here at Andrews University studying. My goal is to minister to people that are out there. I have a passion to use media evangelism as a platform to meet many people. Jesus went where people were.
That's right.
He did not wait for people to come to him. On social media today, if you see the statistics, you find that it's a bigger platform. Many churches have sidelined the use of social media. They have sidelined to the level that they think that it is not important. But these days, like you have seen, the first people who were online doing business like Amazon,
they're now big.
Today, they are now big. And other companies that were reluctant to say we cannot do transaction online, now they are rushing online because they are people. Social media now, it is not as virtual as you may think. Real things are happening.
That's right.
So if Jesus met people where they were, where are the people now? They're on social media. Time has come even in churches where we need to have pastors that are trained to be media evangelists.
That's right. That's right.
Those that are trained, because today you find when I see people doing live stream, there are so many things that are happening. It is my wish that very soon maybe we should start teaching people some of the tips on how the church can represent itself on social media, because Like we are saying, artificial intelligence is growing.
It is.
And lawsuits are coming. There are so many mistakes that people do. If people will just become nasty, some of our churches can be sued.
Yeah.
Some of our preachers, the way we preach, the world is more sensitive now.
It is, yeah.
It's not the same thing the way you preach in church and the way you preach online.
Interesting.
We need to know that when we are preaching online, it is different. That's the reason why there is need to have training for those that want to specialize to preach online. And also be able to represent the church well. So if people want to support my ministry,
Yep.
I'm here.
Andrew's
And we
University.
also have V&V Media Solutions in Malawi. We are situated opposite Adventist Health Clinic in Naperi, Blantyre, close to Sochi SDA Church. But you can also find me. My email is victorkaula@gmail.com. We can talk and discuss. And my request is for fellow Malawians, or for people that support music, or for people that love Malawian music. Let us support many singing groups in Malawi. Identify a group. If you want to know a group that is struggling, they are doing their best, but financially they need support, I can help you.
We have a
If
list.
you can't identify on your own, I will connect you to the group. I'm not saying I'm collecting your money, no. But I can connect you to the church or to the groups that need your support. Let us support them, because together we can make something better.
Definitely, definitely. Well, Pastor Victor Kaula, it was an honor talking to you, and I want to thank you so much for sparing your time to discuss with us your vision, your plan, and why you do what you do, and why you love media so much. I hope this video inspires so many creators out there to actually go out and fulfill the gospel commission through being creative and using the talent that God has given them. So thank you so much for being here today.
Brothers and sisters, it is my prayer and it is my wish that one day, as Seventh-day Adventist Church, we should realize one thing, that for us to preach the gospel is not a choice, it is a command. Matthew 28, verse 18 to 20, God is saying power was given to Jesus Christ in heaven and the earth, and he commands us to go out there and preach the gospel. The gospel has to be preached to everyone, including the young, the old. And when he is calling people, he's not calling only men, he's calling all of us, men, women, young and old, that we go out there and preach. And one thing that I'm happy about is that God is promising that he will never leave us alone. And as we go out there to preach the gospel, there are so many modes of communication that we can have. I am not against pulpit preaching or preaching in the church. That is very good. But we need to explore other avenues. Media evangelism is so big. I know some people, maybe they have their own reservations, because I understand many people are scared that if we emphasize on media evangelism, we will discourage people from attending church services. That's the reason why other churches will say, don't start Facebook Live because people will not come to church. Our concern should not be church attendance, but our concern should be saving souls. Why should you be bothered for someone to be home while they are listening to your message? God says, I know my sheep. It is not the sheep that you have in the church in your register. If you win someone, you don't even have to record their name. The glory or the praise and honor is to God. So we have to preach the gospel. And I have to also plead to churches out there. Maybe we don't see the significance. Media evangelism is not cheap. If we have to succeed in this, we have to invest. I see sometimes churches going live. Maybe the technology that they are using is not much because the church has not put much, they have not put much money into it. You need to have proper equipment that can give you quality pictures, and also your message can go out there clearly. While churches are busy building, we are not the builders. We need good churches, right? But the first thing that we have to do is to evangelize. So buying equipment for media evangelism is not a waste. I pray that churches today in Malawi should sit down and invest in media evangelism equipment besides everything that they are doing. It is not the last thing we say, oh, let's build the church first, then we'll consider about this. The world is fast moving. Today, we are talking about AL, artificial intelligence. Things are moving so fast. You don't even know. Your church may take 5 years or 7 years to finish your project, but there's someone who wants to hear your message. In life, when we are planning things, we need to know what are the first things. First things as a church is to preach the gospel, even from the tree, even from wherever. You don't need even to have a building. You just need to have the message. So media evangelism is just a tool to help us reach those people that we cannot find, we cannot even invite them to come to the church. God has opened the doors. So God wants us to communicate. This is my plea and my passion. I hope pastors and church leaders, those who make decisions, will take this thing seriously. Let us work together in promoting media evangelism, because it is a tool that God will use to finish this work of evangelism. May God bless you.